Peace and blessings, everyone. Peace and blessings to the universe. All praises go to the Most High. Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. I am Queen. If you're new to my channel, don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe. I am back with another video. Also hit the notification bell so that you'll be notified every time I post a video. Y'all see my new purse? Y'all see that? That's the sign. I love this purse. I needed a new purse. Yeah, my purse was like one of them little small Japanese purses. I needed one. I needed a bigger one. I had a problem with carrying my purse, and I like the peace sign and it has the sun on it. I love it. And it's yellow, just like Oshun. I love it, okay? So anyway, let's get to the video. Okay, I don't know if y'all ever heard this movie. It's called Horror in the High Desert. I believe that's the correct name of it. And it all starts with this guy named Gary. I can't remember his last name, but he decides, to take a trip out to the desert in Nevada. And it's very interesting. I love watching things like this because, like I said, I love to watch something that's going to make my mind think. I love, you know, to train my brain, and that makes my mind think. I don't like I can't just watch anything now. I really don't watch TV at all. So when I do find something that I'm in tune with and I can watch it and it's on a higher level, I love it. Okay? Because a lot of people, they're not going to understand what you're watching when it's on a higher level. They're going to just be scientific the whole time. If you get what I'm saying, they're just going to be giving science, telling about how everything is science while you're watching the movie. Okay, so Horror in the High Desert, I watched 1, 2, and 3 today. I had to watch it. I ended up ordering part 3, but I had to watch it because it just kept going, and it was so interesting. I couldn't stop watching. But by the last one, I realized, I'm like, I think I saw this before. A few years ago, I think I saw that before. So I brought this up because the guy Gary, he actually came up missing, right? And they caught some last footage of Gary. It was so interesting, and I felt like a lot of things were edited too as well, because you already know they're going to show you what they want you to see, and they're going to hire actors and everything where they need to hire them, and you know what footage is real and not when you tapped in, right? Okay, when you in tune, because you're using your discernment and your reading, what's real and what's not. So I actually enjoy watching it, and it's actually very crazy because, I feel for his sister and everything she went through, because I have a heart. But man, oh man, some things out here, it just does not have an explanation because God created so many creatures. Y'all don't even understand. It was beings here before you got here. Who do you think created you? Okay, for entertainment purposes only. Who do you think created you? The higher beings that were here before you got here. They weren't in the skies. They was right here where you walk, where you lay. They was right here. Some of us call them our ancestors because we know who they are. That's fam to us. Some of us call them aliens. Some of them think they're bad, but there's good and bad in everything. Always remember that. There's so many species and creatures of things, and you can't even count them all. If there's over 400 Orishas, 400, you go to each country, there's a certain amount of beings. And there's so many beings, okay? It's just so many beings, we can't count them all. But just know that they were here walking this earth. They were here. They were here. They were here before this earth was even formed. They was here because they was forming it. Okay? They was shipping and shaping these things. Through God Almighty, they were shipping and shaping these things. God gave them the power to be here to do just that. And He said the Orishas to come and create man, and that's exactly what they did. God has tens of 10,000 soldiers. Don't ever forget that. And then we all work for God. Yes, we all work for God. So that being said, when you look up in the skies, you see what you see. Space is all around you. When you thinking about up like getting up out of here, about like what's up out of here, you shouldn't be thinking that, because what's up out of here, you can only receive that through another consciousness. You can't be in this physical form to receive what's on the outer dimension of this right here, because your consciousness, it hasn't elevated enough to reach what's in what they call outer space. You haven't elevated to that level yet. I'm sorry to tell you, but none of us have yet. That's why we're all sitting here looking at each other, because none of us has elevated to that level of seeing what's outside of this planet, this plane, this simulation. You got that firmament up there blocking you, and it's black as ice, so high up you can't reach. You signed that contract to come here. You might not remember, but you here. So do your duty. Complete your mission. Okay? Whew. So, I know I went really, really far. But when I speak like my father. I'm getting the message, okay? And I'm just delivering. So follow me, okay? So all those clips I seen of the movie, all 3 movies I saw, part 1, 2, and 3, it got more and more interesting. And just the thought of riding 2 miles down a straight road and you don't hardly see any civilization, that right there, woo. I don't like to feel like that. I don't ever want to hit that road right there. No, I don't ever want to hit that road. I don't care if I'm in a bus or a van full of people. I would not want to go on that straight road in Nevada for 200 miles. Y'all might say, well, you drive to the beach. But when you're driving to the beach about 300, 400 miles, it depends on where you're located. Okay, some of us don't have that far to drive. But I'm going to say you have Charlotte, North Carolina, and driving to Myrtle Beach. Oh yeah, that's 4 hours. That's like 300-400 miles. So, and that's just to get there, not even to your location. So you're seeing things. You know what I'm saying? You're seeing eating places. You're seeing buildings. You're seeing people. You're seeing cars and whatever else. You know, you're seeing movement. You're seeing civilization. So when you taking that long, long road, 200 miles, that's crazy. And you have people that get on their road and do it like it's nothing. But me, I'm not from there. And you know, some people from there, they can handle it. I can't do it, okay? But just the thought. So I'm telling you, I'm thinking about somebody riding on that road 200 miles. And you going 200 miles on that straight road. And then you see this light in the back of you, like you on Phoenix for God. And this big old light behind. You know what I'm saying? And then zap. Not funny, but yeah, that's what I think about. And yeah, it's crazy because when things happen to people and y'all don't even understand, like they put out what they want you to see. I already told you this, but they're gonna make sure you don't see exactly what it is. So when Gary in the first film, when Gary was there and he finally went back to the house that he had found out there in the desert somewhere, I was like, okay. So he was hearing like a woman that sound like La La. Ooh, I want. I don't want to say it wrong. La Llorona. I get tongue tied every time I say that for some reason. But La Llorona. Y'all know how she weeps and cries. It sounds sort of like that, but it also sounds like they were doing Indian chanting. I said to I said to my husband, I said, that's a witch out there. Cause y'all know that these real witches, the ones that done got so demonic and evil, they shapeshift. Okay, and they have to go out there in them woods because if not, somebody is gonna, you know, go back in time and try to put them on a plaque or something and burn them up how they used to burn the witches up, okay? Woo! For entertainment purposes only, okay? But yeah, y'all remember how they used to do that. And so when he got there, it looked like, I'm gonna tell you what it looked like to me. Cause this house, he said this house was so abandoned, y'all. There's no way of not knowing it was abandoned. Okay, this house didn't have no windows or anything. It didn't even have a roof. It was just the bricks. Okay, and with trees growing up, and nobody stayed there. So first time he went there, he said it was smoke coming out the chimney. So he got on his live. And Gary told everyone about what he saw and they wanted him to go back. And when he went back, that's when Gary got missing. But what he filmed was so very interesting, okay? And I believe what I believe. I know what I know. So I'm going to tell y'all this. After y'all see that Bing drop and he ducked, after that, we don't know what happened. Because I don't believe, the Hills Have Eyes walking around with a torch. Maybe, maybe not. But I believe Gary, he had a firearm. He would have used it. I feel like after that, it was edited, okay? It was edited after that. But yeah, when that beam looked like it was hanging and then it dropped to the ground, I said Skinwalker. I said Skinwalker all day. But it's not a laughing matter. Like, people don't even understand. Like, one day I want to take a trip to Nevada just to look at their museums and artifacts and everything. I love it. I love doing things like that. I love it. It feeds your mind. And you get to learn more history about this place. So I believe that Nevada was, and this is just my idea, okay? I believe that Nevada was a great city. I believe it was a great ancient city with different type of beings. And I believe that it's a sacred spot. And that's why people get missing. That's why things happen. Because some creatures are put there to guard these places. You have our ancestors getting thrown out their own homes and they're putting curses on these places. And that's why you're seeing skinwalkers. That's why all kind of weird things are happening. You go to the Appalachian Mountains, you got skinwalkers. And I'm not being funny, but everyone there says they're Indian, okay? Everyone. And we know that everyone is not the originals. We just know who is and who ain't. Should I say it that way? We just know because it is or it ain't. We just know who they are or who they are not. Put it that way. But yes, I believe that Nevada was an ancient civilization. I believe there was towers and skyscrapers and pyramids. I believe it was beautiful. But then I believe something also happened and it made that place desolate. It made it desolate for a reason. And that's why I feel like they do not build anything out there in the houses and trailers and whatever that is out there, far up in the mountains, wherever they're abandoned. I've always been interested in Nevada. And one day I will visit. That's what I always say. One day. Because I like to... My vacations don't be normal vacations. Be like spiritual vacations, okay? I haven't been able to take a vacation in a long time, but when I finally get ready to take vacations again, I would like to go to Nevada. And I don't want to just go, I don't want to go gambling. I don't want to do none of the normal people stuff. I want to go to the museums. I want to go look at the artifacts. I want to go look at, you know, things that have meaning, because it's a lot to the world. I'm telling you, it's a rabbit hole. It keeps going. You can always learn something. You can always learn something new. Right? So y'all remember God Just Does, and y'all go check that movie out. All three. Because that movie, yeah, I like that movie. All three. And the last guy I want to talk about him. I can't remember his name right now. He was Hispanic. He came out, he went all the way from Mexico to Nevada um just to follow in the tracks of Gary, just to see what was going on out there. And he's the only one that actually lived. Yes, he stayed out there the longest. And I believe it went off his frequency because he wasn't afraid of anything. Okay? I believe his name was Cisco. I'm not sure. I can't remember right now, but I know that he was found by like a train track, I believe. Don't get me lying, because I don't do that, but he was by the railroad track and they found him, and he was like in critical condition or something. And they said that he was airlifted off, but he survived. But he was very traumatized after that, and he don't like to talk on camera. He don't speak on camera. So when they did this documentary, um he did not get on camera or anything. He just gave them his information. So yeah. It's crazy, but y'all go check that out. Horror in the High Desert, okay? 1, 2, and 3. And excuse my daughter in the background, y'all. I got kids, and my children are children sometimes, okay? So I pray that y'all be easy. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe. Y'all have a great day and night wherever you are. And it's one love. Bye, y'all. Ashe, ashe, ashe.